This is a story of one weekend all across South London, just before the opening of the Olympic Games in July 2012. It was a remarkable act of collaboration, nearly 4 years in the planning. It involved more than 500 people of different faiths and backgrounds from all corners south of the River Thames. The individuals that took part in the activities reflected the amazing diversity of the capital's population, and in the spirit of the Olympic Games, they came together to overcome differences and divisions by simply walking, talking and exploring together over the course of one weekend. They were warmly welcomed into an exciting mix of churches, synagogues, mosques, gurdwaras and temples, and entered into wide-ranging conversations. These were the South London Interfaith Walks. The South London Interfaith Group, which was started in 1981, is a grassroots body committed to interfaith dialogue and engagement. For the last 15 years, the group has collaborated with other local groups and forums in organising an interfaith walk every July somewhere in South London. An ambitious plan was dreamed up for a bonanza Interfaiths Walk weekend in the year of the Olympic Games. The idea came from Rizwan Ali Bai, a long-standing Muslim member of the committee, and Sarah Thorley, organiser of the previous 15 walks, took on the lead task of promoting and coordinating the weekend. During Saturday the 14th and Sunday the 15th of July 2012, 23 churches, 7 Hindu temples, 15 Islamic centres, 5 Buddhist temples, 4 Sikh gurdwaras and 8 synagogues were visited. 12 interfaith walks took place that weekend, from Kingston in the west to Greenwich in the east, and from Southwark south to Croydon. When the day finally arrived, many people opened the doors of their sacred places to pilgrims and strangers, with warm welcomes and generous hospitality, and a great willingness to share. New friends were made, new thresholds crossed, new insights gained, more understanding was achieved. All the work of preparation had been worth it.
is a really multicultural, multi-faith city, and it seemed the right idea to just highlight that by all of us doing it together on one weekend before the Olympics, and we hoped that people, even people coming from other countries, would actually witness the walks.
We seek to build bridges between different communities and to give a more positive message of what it means to believe and what it means to have a faith.
I certainly don't have any criticisms. I mean, it's just been such a good experience.
I think it was brilliant because it shows people a lot about the religions, and so they can appreciate other people's beliefs.
I think it's been wonderful to see people of every faith together, united, showing and unashamedly showing it, because walking through the streets with the placards showing everybody the brotherhood, I think is wonderful.
I found this walk very informative and fascinating.
I think it's so valuable. It's such an important part for people to come together like this. It's from little seedlings like this is where, you know, the kind of big society grows and where people, you know, come together. And I think there should just be more of this, really. It's so important that we live in this rich multi-faith society and that we actually learn from each other, respect each other, celebrate our differences, and also see all the values, the shared values that we've got together as well.
I think it was organised very well. Everybody sort of mingled, everybody was at peace, and everybody just got on, and I don't think that we could improve on that.
Well, so far it's been quite interesting, and gives a chance to meet people and have a nice day out.
I found it was very meaningful and very touching, very inspiring, and the sharings of different leaders from different faith was really very helpful to know and to understand more about each religion.
It was very interesting, and I've learned quite a lot about other religion as well.
This is one of the best ways to educate ourselves and eliminate the misconceptions that we have about other faiths.
The walk's been amazing. It's great to hear different points of view from different traditions and religions that you would not usually hear.
I think it's so interesting. I've met some really, really interesting people to talk to. Going to the synagogue, I've never been to a synagogue before. That was fantastic to listen to that talk at the synagogue, and I'm really pleased to be here at the mosque.
And we were able to actually offer lunch as well. That was very nice for the temple. I enjoyed that.
We had a sort of target that 20 of us could do it together, and in the end there have been 50, so that feels like a real blessing on the day, and I can't at the moment think of anything much to complain about. It mostly happy feelings at the end of the day, really.
It was an amazing experience, and I learnt so much about the local community and all the different faith groups in the community.
You come down different streets and you think, oh, I didn't realise there was a place of worship there, and it's marvellous to come inside. Plus as well, going past other buildings that you've been past lots of times outside, but again never inside. And I think just coming inside and seeing what's important to different people in our neighbourhood and in our local area.
Everybody gets to know each other, it builds confidence, breaks down barriers, so that we can learn more about our common areas, and so we can get together and form a solid group so we can do more good work in the communities.
Very interesting. It's a good way of meeting people and becoming authentic to your own faith, because people ask you questions about it and you find out how much you really know about it.
It's been, I think, a really worthwhile experience for this morning, yes.
I would just encourage the organiser of today's walk to continue really and build on what's happened today. I know a lot of people have been really interested and inspired. participants, local or not, religious or not, an interfaith walk is a unique chance to talk with and to learn from people whose religion and culture is different. With respect and openness, with words and footsteps, we tread on each other's holy ground to discover what we have in common and how we diverge. We are able to ask, in this spirit of respect and friendship, about issues in others' religious traditions that we find difficult, questions we've always wanted to ask. There are moments of revelation and sharing and joy. And of course there are moments of confusion and pain when differences open up wounds, sometimes between people belonging to different branches of the same religion. Everyone is welcome to join in for all or part of the day. There is no cost and no prior booking needed. At the end of the day, we may be exhausted, but for many, it has felt like a pilgrimage through which our own spiritual journey or search has been enlightened and enriched. We have perhaps learnt from the wisdom of other faiths, been touched by the example of other believers, and have shared some of our preconceptions and stereotypes. What can you do in a day? It could be no more than a taster, a glimpse. But it is a beginning, a seed, maybe a friendship made, a misconception righted. South London Interfaith Group remains committed to encouraging and supporting the flourishing of similar ventures wherever they may take place. And its members hope that you will be interested and inspired to do likewise, and through walking and talking, in small ways, contribute to the transforming of our communities and our nation, and even beyond. To find out more, or to organise your own walk, there's help to be found on the South London Interfaith Group's website. Visit www.southlondoninterfaith.org.uk.
To ruin, 'cause I heard it sung that man is a fickle child, the wind the wind blew.